through who we have picked to be MVP, Rookie of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, Sixth Man, Most Improved, and maybe if we want, we'll do Coach of the Year. But yeah, so I'll let you go first, Ross.
All right, so I will just go one at a time. I think right now I got most valuable player at Giannis. I think he's shown. I think LeBron's shown, and I think this is every year. LeBron's just always going to be that good, and it's like this year, out of all of them, he's really put his best foot forward in the regular season. He hasn't done that as often lately, but I think I just Giannis. That team isn't the Milwaukee Bucks are not the Milwaukee Bucks without him. I think the Lakers could still be potentially the Lakers without LeBron, with Anthony Davis as the best player. Maybe not the best record, but I think they definitely will be a playoff contender, unlike the Bucks. I don't know if the Bucks would without Giannis.
Right.
What about you, Bryce?
Yeah, I have Giannis too. Uh, LeBron is like a close second. I think a lot of people in the beginning of the year just predicted that LeBron would be MVP because he's just going to be looking for revenge, and I mean, everyone knows he's upset about being injured the previous year. But I mean, Giannis just has that little extra edge. I mean, he's doing everything. He's absolutely incredible. So LeBron is
Yeah,
a really close second. And even though I'm a LeBron hater, like I wouldn't even be afraid to say that it would be LeBron, but I
yeah.
gotta go with Giannis.
And the one thing I'll give Giannis, I think what puts him over the edge, as much as we know LeBron can shoot the three, I think Giannis has shown that he can. He's beginning to be able to shoot better from the three. He's been taking more shots per game, which is something Ben Simmons has never been. He's never wanted to do. So I think we should give Giannis the credit that he can do everything that he's done so great, on top of adding the 3 point to his game, and it's not even the best yet.
I understand it's a small scale, but Ben Simmons actually shot 2 for 6 from the 3-point line this year, so that's not bad. I know it's a small scale, but it's not bad.
All right,
So
all right.
maybe he shouldn't be so afraid to shoot threes.
I
I'm
think
just
if we
saying.
talk about Ben Simmons shooting threes again, I think I may have to cancel the show for today, because I think the logic there is just I need a bigger sample size like Giannis has been doing. He's been taking like 5 threes a game. That's what Ben Simmons should be doing, whether they're going in or not. So it's just to bring the defense to it, to his the 3 point line. Someone needs to be on him. No one's going to be on him if he's not going to shoot the three. So I think that's the whole point of it. Maybe that he's not going to make it, but someone will be out there.
Yeah.
Um, so
So yeah, we'll move on to the Rookie of the Year. The Rookie of the Year is kind of weird this year. Zion played 20, 21 games. I don't know if that's enough games to make him like eligible to like actually be in the race for Rookie of the Year. I don't think it is, but I could be wrong. Um, it's just weird with all the injuries. So, I mean, if you want to argue Zion, go ahead, but I mean, it kind of has to be Ja. So that's
yeah,
who I have.
yeah, I have Ja too. I think honestly, if anyone takes pick Zion, I think you're just one of those hype men, just the hype people that are always behind the biggest guy and the biggest name. I don't even think he should have been the next gen cover athlete. I think it should have been Ja, if anyone, between the two of them. But I think Ja has just shown that if he can stay as athletic as he's had without any more knee injuries that he had prior to getting into the NBA, I think he'll just be as good as prime Derrick Rose, if not prime Russell Westbrook. Just as far as athleticism, getting down the court, he's got a better shot than the two of them. So I think he's got a bright future. I think
Uh,
potentially better than Zion.
Yeah, I think it actually would have been really close if Zion played like full season or close to a full season.
Yeah,
I think Zion would actually be playing better than he is now if he played a full season, rather than playing just as good as he is now. And even if he did play a full season, it would be close and arguable that Ja deserves it. But yeah, the Rookie of the Year is kind of weird this year. It's kind of automatic, unfortunately, but it is what it is. So we'll move on to Defensive Player of the Year.
all right. I got this is really tough. I think I'm gonna have to go with Giannis, and I think I mean I haven't really dug too deep into defensive statistics. But again, Davis and Giannis, I think, can guard any position. I just think again, Giannis is the whole anchor to that team. That defense, I don't think anything happens without him. That defense does not happen without him. That offense does not happen without him. It's probably going to go to Anthony Davis though, due to the fact that Giannis was already going to win MVP. Just knowing how people are. But what about you, Bryce?
Yeah, that's a good point. The NBA or any league doesn't always like to give multiple awards to one person one year. It's a it's a close one. If Giannis wins it and the MVP and the finals, that's like the most historic season ever. I thought I just mentioned that. I mean, it's close between Giannis and Anthony Davis. I feel like it could just go either way.
Yeah,
I I don't even know if I have a particular pick. It's just, I mean, I'm happy with the result either way. Honestly, they both deserve it, so
of
I'll just
course.
say both.
But yeah, I'm honestly in agreement with you either way. And I'm looking at one article by Colin Ward Henninger on CBS Sports, and they have them tied actually. The people that were voting here for the reporters. So honestly, I think like we both said, it can go either way. Yeah.
Yeah. So go on to six man of the year.
All right. I think I gotta go with my boy Dennis Schroeder. Yeah, he's just cooking it. He's just cooking it. As much as like you could always say Lou Will. I think Trez and Montrezl Harrell and Lou Will take votes from each other because they're both on the same team,
Yeah.
and there technically is no two six men on the team. So Dennis Schroeder, it is. He's just an outright scorer. The guy's a bucket.
Lou will always be in that conversation.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Schroeder too. As great as Lou Will is, you know, Montrez has also gotten like some time being the sixth man, and like you said, I think they're gonna take votes away from each other. Um, Nonetheless, I think Schroeder kind of deserves it anyway. He's been tremendous for the Thunder this year. He's been what they needed, and I would like to see him get a starting job at some point. But yeah,
Yeah,
it's got to be Schroeder this year.
I mean the Hawks. He kind of just got he got like taken away from his starting spot with the Hawks when they were getting Trae Young and all that
Yeah,
stuff. And you know, honestly, it's not like his fault that he's now sitting there as a six man on the Thunder. Obviously, Chris Paul's ahead of him. I mean, if Chris Paul's gone, he's easily their starting point guard,
yeah,
and I
yeah.
think he's perfect next to Shea Gilgeous, which may
He
be the
could
option.
he could be their
Yeah.
future point guard. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, maybe they wait a year and then they just put him out there to start. But
yeah,
in 63 games, he was averaging 19 points, 3.7 rebounds, and 4.1 assists, which is very solid. I think those assist totals go up if he's not the six man; he's the actual
definitely.
point
That's
guard.
exactly
Yeah,
what I was thinking. Yeah,
yeah, and he's only 26, so he'll be if Chris Paul does leave in a year, he'll be 27, 28. It won't be too old.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so I don't know if we're gonna include Coach of the Year or not, but this may be our last.
What about most improved? Forgot about most improved.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
You didn't
okay.
let me finish. This
All
might
right. I
this might be our
apologize.
last this might be our last award, depending on if we do Coach of the Year or not. I don't know if we care about that. So most improved. I'll let you go first, but I just wanted to mention I'm looking at votes right now, and it's very mixed. There's Luca, there's Bam, there's Ingram, there's even Tatum,
Yeah.
and I'm upset that there's not a particular player in here first, but I'll express my upsetness after you go.
All right. I think I know who you were gonna say there. But you know, we won't. I won't. I'll take a guess after I go. But I think it's gonna be Bam Adebayo. I think last year he didn't play a lot, and this year he's just shown that he's played a lot, but was not in the starting role. 6'9" center. The guy's a freaking monster. I mean, the only other candidate I'm thinking is Brandon Ingram. They both were all stars for the first time this year, but I think Bam's jump compared to Ingram's, like, no one expected Bam to do this. Like, we knew Ingram was a number 2 pick. He was eventually going to get to this point. For you, Bryce?
Uh, my opinion on Bam was actually a little different. Before the season even started, I heard a lot of people who predicted he would uh, get a lot better. So, but all of these are great picks. Don't get me wrong. I
May
don't
I
think it's
guess? Can I take my guess?
1 second. Just one
Okay.
second.
All right. All
Uh,
right.
I don't think Luka's gonna win it just because I mean he already had a tremendous year last year, even though he improved a lot.
Yeah.
And I can see why anyone on here would be the pick because I think they're all first-time All-Stars, which is a huge improvement. I don't know why Devontae Graham isn't on here. He averaged 4 points a game last year, 18 this year. That's a 14-point jump. How much more improvement can you get than that? Come on. And he's on the Hornets, the stinky Hornets. I know he
All
wasn't
right.
an All-Star, but come on. He's got to be at least in the
You
conversation.
didn't even let
His
me guess. I'm hurt by that.
I
I
forgot.
was gonna say I was thinking you were gonna go with Shea. Honestly, Shea
No.
Gilgeous.
That is a good pick though, I'll admit.
Yeah.
I don't know why Devontae's not in this conversation. I gotta give it to either Devontae or Bam. I guess
See,
maybe Bam just because he was an All-Star, but Devontae jumped up 14 points.
here's the thing. People are looking at it. It's like he's on the Hornets. See, if he improved and he's on the Celtics or the Raptors or another team like that, then he makes the jump and he gets the point. I see. I don't think it goes
He
well.
kind of came out of nowhere too, but
But yeah, but like again, it's the Hornets. I do think. See, I think he's a good player, Hornets or not. But I mean, I think most people would beg to differ with me on that one. Uh, but yeah, that's what I think. Yeah, and then coach of the year, I don't even know. I mean, I'd probably go with either Nick Nurse or Budenholzer. I don't know, but what do you think?
I didn't think of this at first, but now that you mentioned it, that's a really good point. You know what? I might go Nick Nurse because I don't know how many people expected the Raptors to be just as good as they were last year without Kawhi. They're still the second seed, and I mean, who knows what they're going to do in the playoffs.
Yeah, and I
Um,
mean Billy Donovan was another potential guy, with the Thunder that no one expected them to be this good.
true, true.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good pick.
Yeah. I think it's either between, excuse me, instead of Budenholzer now, I'd probably go Nick Nurse or Billy Donovan. But
Yeah, and that Raptors team is either gonna stick together like glue or completely fall apart after this season
yeah,
because of all the free agency and stuff. So I might just go with Nick Nurse to be honest.
yeah. I'm just looking at the same article I mentioned earlier from CBS Sports for Executive of the Year, just to drop that in there. They do have Sam Presti at 1, Lawrence Frank from the Clippers at 2, and then Rob Pelinka at 3. I'm sorry if anyone picks anyone other than Sam Presti. I think you're crazy in my opinion. Frank, he signed 2 guys, okay, yeah, and he got 2 big guys and whatever. Pelinka just okay, like he traded for Davis, whatever. It's Sam Presti. He clearly showed that he literally finessed the Clippers and still is a playoff team. He finessed them. I just don't know who else can
All
catch.
those picks.
Exactly. They have over like 8 first round picks over the next 3 years. What is it? 4 years?
Something
It's
like that.
insane. So now